Hey, it's Chaz here doing a quick training on creating a website silo, the architecture of the website, how the web pages should relate to each other, what should be your top level pages, your level 1 and level 2 pages. It's real easy to do once you get to this step or once you get to this stage after you break your keyword list down by topics or subtopics. And again, this basically helps you identify services that your client might offer when you're doing service pages and things like that. Basically, your keyword list is mostly service. It's going to be services related to the business, most likely, that people are searching for. In our example, locksmith, you can see most of what's on here are services. When you break down the actual keywords that people are searching for, these end up under your service pages. So breaking down by subtopic helps make sure that we don't miss any of the very important ones, or as we're breaking them out into like level 2 pages, making sure that there's enough content or enough search terms there to justify that. And then also having your nodes, which we got from our topical map. Once you have your nodes identified, and again, I think here we have about 20 of them identified. Anywhere, depending on the type of topic you're working with, you could have anywhere from 20 to 50 nodes here. And your nodes are basically topics and subtopics beneath your main topic. Additional ones outside, they also include some of the services, but outside of that, it's going to have other type of terms here, all about topical authority. So what should your site contain? What type of content? And then this shows you how you're going to cluster them too. So your nodes become the centers of those clusters, if you will. You'll have a cluster about lock installation, a cluster about lock repair. But how do you actually turn that into your website architecture, excuse me, or the site silo, right? How's your pages actually, how's your navigation menu actually going to look? So that's this next step. So once I take the nodes, I simply use another step of my ChatGPT prompt that got me to this stage. And I'm going to just prompt it with, now I'll show you the prompt I use. Let me just get back here. So if we go down here, again, that was all the prompts to get us our topical map, our topical authority map, tons of supporting content. Now we start moving on. Basically, you're just going to tell it now create an ideal website silo incorporating the above first and second level nodes as necessary to create an outline of the website page structure. Please add additional nodes as necessary to create a well-designed, topically comprehensive locksmith website page architecture. And what it'll do is it'll actually analyze where all your different subtopics actually should fall. What's your page structure going to look like? Where's these pages going to be nested under in the menu structure, right? That's really what this is pulling out. And then we tell them to add additional ones so we don't miss things like about us, contact pages, policy, right? And then you can also tell it to present it in Mathematica, right? And it'll actually break it down like this. And these are your top level, level 1, level 2. And you take this code basically and you can put it in your workbook, and then you can manually adjust it a little bit. It's not perfect as ChatGPT brings it out. If you look at ChatGPT's and mine, there's a few differences there, right? So I actually took lock installation out as its own subtopic, and I actually broke it out and put residential under residential, commercial under commercial, and then electronic under security upgrades. And I did that just so potentially the residential and commercial pages wouldn't then compete with my commercial and residential locksmith pages. I think it makes sense. I can do commercial locksmith, master page, and then level 2 page would be commercial locks and lock installation, right? Same thing with residential. It makes sense. So I took that out. So you do have to manually adjust these a little bit, but it really simplifies the process. It really makes it a lot more logical too. Whereas the human brain isn't always logical. Sometimes we want to put a subtopic page under the wrong drop down. I see it very, very often. But this simple prompt, right? This simple prompt, right? That simple prompt creates that Mathematica structure, which is really speeds up this process so much. And And I've done this multiple times now using this prompt, sometimes not even as well put out, just simple prompts, and it really does good work. Once you get to this point, basically we're at step 5 of a process, technically step 6 if you count the keyword one. Step 5 of this prompt, and then step 6 is we're going to actually take it and it brings us all this, and then you got to ask it for a visual hierarchy chart or diagram. And it might have a problem analyzing if it's super big on exactly how to do it so it all makes sense. But it just regenerate it a couple times and it will get it. And you can simply ask something as simple as, please turn this website silo into a visual website hierarchy chart / diagram. And it will create this chart for you. And while it's not the organizational chart that we're used to, if you actually get close to it, it actually does link correctly. It just does this from size constraints, I think, right? But when you actually see what everything links to, and then again, this is just a guide. The actual final proposed silo is just based on all that research, and it can vary a little bit. But if you look at what I did here, it's so much. If I would show you the existing site silo that's there versus the one that's here now, it's just, this one is so much more thorough. It has so much more topical coverage, and it's very fast to do. So this is the proposed silo. If it's approved, then we would simply figure out which pages we need to add. We have some pages existing, which we would make sure that those existing pages get linked, and then create your new pages from there. But this is how to create a very thorough and topically comprehensive website silo. And you can keep working it out using those prompts, calling them nodes, and understanding level 1, level 2, level 3 nodes, your top level nodes. And you can specify if you want to change stuff. I don't get into much detail about blogs and my footers. I know I'm going to put links down there. I'll link to my main categories and stuff like that. I'm really ideally worried about that main navigation menu. How do I list my services in a logical hierarchy? What other supporting content should I have to become a topical authority? And how do I mention that logically? How do I mention locksmithing laws in a way that makes sense for a local locksmith service? We're not experts in the law, right? We're experts in picking locks, but Google will expect an authority locksmith site to talk about locksmithing laws. So how do we get that entity, if you will, that node related to us in a logical manner? Well, if you get down to something like lockpicking, it's easy to put under there the legal aspects related to lockpicking, and then you could briefly touch on some laws, some local laws, etc. So hopefully this helps. Let me know if there's any questions on creating website silos or the AI prompt that you can use to do so very easily, understanding level 1, level 2 Mathematica and nodes, creating pages out of those. So I'm Chaz, thanks for watching. Hey, if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and hit the thumbs up on it. Subscribe to my channel, Chaz Edward Digital Marketing. Follow me on Facebook, Chaz Edward SEO, and join my Facebook group, Local SEO Community, where we're really diving deep into better results for local SEO campaigns. Thanks for watching.